Today is going to be a very exciting video because I'm going to be testing out the new Glossgods Gal on Jupiter eyeshadow palette. And yeah, it is very exciting. You are going to want to see these swatches. I mean, when I was swatching this palette, it took like 20 minutes longer than it actually had to because I was just busy staring at how amazing these look. These shimmers in this palette are like liquid metal. So let's get into it. So we have a collection of 4 eyeshadow palettes from Glossgods that are all like first gal on something, and they had like a part 1 to the collection and now they have a part 2. And when I saw this palette I was like, okay, I have to grab that, I have to try it out, because look at the inside of this palette. It is cool toned, it is shiny, it is kind of like brown, green, grungy, but not like too far from neutral. It is like a very special neutral palette, and if you know me, you know that's the kind of palettes that I love. I was just like, that is for me, that was made for me. I do really like Glossgods as a brand. They did do a gray palette last year around the same time, around Black Friday. It was my absolute favorite, but the new neutrals and the vintage glam, those are really nice palettes that I really love. But here I feel like they even went a step further. Like we even have a holographic shimmer in this palette. It looks stunning in a swatch. Like everything looks stunning in a swatch. We have a multi-chrome, which is called Hidden Heroines, and it is kind of like brown, bronze to green. Very cool. I can't wait to actually try this palette. The color story is just stunning. Swatches stunning. I hope this is gonna be as good on the eyes as it looks in the swatches. So let's get into it. All right, what are we gonna do? We're gonna zoom in. I just filmed another video. I just took that all off, but I'm still covered in shimmer, but we're just gonna accept that for the sake of getting this video up ASAP. And let me see. I think I want to keep the crease a little basic and focus on the shimmers. And I think I'm gonna go in with Sputnik Stardust first. I literally just realized that all the shades in my palette are in the wrong place. Like, I did not have a clue. I just thought this was the way it was supposed to be. But basically everything I said with the names is wrong. Just look at where I'm pointing, because this is not what it's supposed to be. I think somewhere something got confused and they just put all the mattes in a row and then they just put all the shimmers. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I just realized. And then I'm gonna use some Hypatia's Halo. I am not into space that much, like nothing personal to space. Like, it's good that we have it, but I am not like geeking out over it personally. So I don't know a lot of these references. This is a really nice matte, very kind of lilac-y. Ooh, that would be a beautiful kind of one eyeshadow look. I would love that. Okay, that is a beautiful matte. Very easy to blend. I really like that. By the way, I'm already wearing an eyeshadow primer and we're just diving right into this palette because it looks so good. Very nice undertone. I really love the undertone of this shadow. Blending that out quite far because you're going to be a little bit more precise with the darker shade. What brush do I want to use? I'm going to take a little bit of a smaller brush and focusing that on the outer corner. I just want these mattes to be able to build. That is all I want from them, because I feel like these shimmers are gonna be the star of the show. Those are really gonna make the palette. And I love shimmers. It's my thing. It's what I live for when it comes to makeup. Just taking my time to get this outer crease a little deeper. I think that's looking pretty good. I usually never do 2 looks a day. Like, it's just not something I enjoy. It's not something I find necessary. Usually I can kind of plan things in a way that it's not necessary. But when this palette came in, like I was already planning to film with the other palette. When this palette came in, I opened it and I saw how good it looks. I was like, okay, I need to film with this today. I have no choice. Blending the edges a little bit, just evening things out a little. I feel like that brown is fine. It's not out of this world, but it is doing its job. It's adding some dimension. Let's move on to the shimmers I want to use, and it's gonna be so hard to choose. I don't know. Like we have the multichrome, you have the holographic. I think we're gonna do the multichrome first. Because when I swatched this, I was like, wow, that is so cool. So we're just gonna put this more towards the outer part. That's a really nice one. I really like the shimmers from Glossgods. They are really what pull me in. Like, this brand really knows how to do shimmers. And I really like this kind of bronzy, kind of like neutral multichrome situation. Like, if brands have this, I am excited. I love it. I love neutral multichromes. It's just my thing. And this one is just really nice and smooth, which is nice for a change, because some brands have like super sparkly multichromes, which is also like really nice. Love those as well. But this is just a little different. It's just kind of like the special neutral palette. Okay, here I really see a lot of green. You probably don't even see that, but I see a lot of green and bronze. Very cool. I think we gotta check out the holographic shimmer as well. We need to see if that is any good. I feel like holographic shimmers, that's kind of like on the rise. A lot of brands are starting out with that. In the other palette that I tried today, there was also a holographic shimmer. And in the new, like one of the new Oden's Eye Christmas palettes, there's also a holographic shimmer. Like, they do tend to be silver, but I'm gonna see if this is like worth a try. Like, if this is something to buy the palette for. So let's just really carefully apply this. It is a bit chunky, like you have to be careful, but what I do like about this is it's kind of like a darker silver, a little bit more like a gunmetal gray almost. It is very like chunky and kind of sticky, but I feel like I can work with it quite well. I do feel a little bit of grittiness when applying it, but I do really like the way it looks on the eye. Just gonna see if I can blend this out a little bit with a small brush. Just the edge over here that I can't reach with my longer nails. It's a bit hard to tell now how much fallout is from this palette and how much fallout is from the last palette that I just didn't remove properly. Like, I tried, but I have to warn you, removing super sparkly shimmers and then especially holographic ones, it's tough. And I just kind of like, how do I show this to you? I kind of press in the pan. I don't swipe in the pan, because then it's gonna be all over. All the shadow, all the shimmer, it's gonna crumble out of that pan like crazy. Right, I feel like that's kind of even. There's a lot of shimmer on my face, but the look is very, very cool. There's a lot going on, but I really, really like it. I think another shadow that really impressed me was the shade Hubble Hues. And I don't know what it all means, but it all sounds like really funny puns. But this Hubble Hues is a little bit more pinky, but then with kind of like a purplish flip to it, which I thought was really cute in the swatches. I'm gonna put that in my inner corner. And then after that, I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do for the lower lash line. But I always wanna try if the shimmers pick up on a brush. Ooh, that's really cool. This look is gonna be a whole lot going on, but I'm just gonna like test out the quality of these shimmers, and then later on I'll probably do some more simple looks. Like, sometimes I'm like, all right, I will do a more simple look because I already really know a lot about the brand and the quality, and sometimes I just really want to test everything out, and then it can get a little messy, but at least you have an idea. This is a beautiful, beautiful shimmer. I'm gonna take the shade Jovian Jane, the gray matte, and I'm gonna put that on the lower lash line, and then we're gonna pick one of the remaining shimmers to kind of like apply together with that. Adding a little bit of smokiness to the lower lash line. And we're gonna clean it up in a second after I'm done. What should we do? There is so much. I think I'm gonna go into Meteoric Moment. I think like all of these look really interesting. I think I could have picked any of these, honestly, and it would have gone together. It is a type of color story where you can't really pair things together that don't work. Okay, that is a stunning shimmer. Stunning. Just look at that shine on the lower lash line. It looks so cool. I think this is gonna be the look. We've already done a lot. It's a lot, but it's very glimmery, very shimmery, very smoky. I'm just gonna do the rest of my makeup off camera and then I'll be right back with my first impression thoughts. Alright, so here we have it, the finished look, and I have to say these shimmers do not disappoint. This look does not disappoint. I can clearly also see like different rainbow colored specks in the holographic shimmer. I really see like the shift of the multichrome. I'm really excited about this look. So I think you can already guess what I'm gonna say about this palette. As far as I've tried it, I've really enjoyed it. I do have to say, mainly focusing on the shimmers here. The shimmers are stunning. They are so shiny. They are like different textures, beautiful colors, very cool tone, very neutral, but that is what I was going for and what I get really excited about. I really love the look that I did. I really like the light matte. The dark mattes were like okay, but I feel like they are mainly to support the shimmers in this palette that are very beautiful, stunning. I really like it. I really like the packaging as well. I think they did a great job with it. A really good like style of artwork, and it's just very slim. It's very like light, easy to travel with, that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited. Let me know what you think about this palette. This is gonna be everything for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and then I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.